Everyone, Al Eberol for Financial Intelligence Training. It's Friday, it's November 2nd, and it is 2018. Done and done. October is over. Halloween decorations need to come down this weekend, and hopefully the market is done going down itself. So let's take a look at a few things that are going on here. We, of course, have Tuesday coming up, midterms, with the Senate up for grabs, and let's see what happens there. Now, you think it's any wonder that President Trump suggested to his cabinet that a trade deal be worked on with China? I don't think so. Well, I think that the sounds of that are just fine and dandy, but my guess is the market is just shrugging that off as talk and just talk. One thing I will tell you is that markets don't like is they don't like indecision. The unknown creates serious jitters. So now let's look at some charts for a moment and let's look at some screaming moves. If you can pull up a chart of the SOX, not of the Boston World Series famed, but the ones in Philly, the semiconductors. So pull up the SOX or maybe SMH, the exchange traded fund for the semiconductors, and look at the 1029 low. It was 1119. Yesterday's close saw a 1258 print, a ginormous, gargantuan 12.4% Olympic high jump type move. You know, the kind Austin Charles did in 1996 at the Atlanta Olympics, 7 feet 10 inches. It's that kind of amazing. Now, I thought the February bounce of this year of 12.4% over 2 weeks was impressive. This was in 3 days. Now, I think that bodes extremely well for the markets, and that's a big if the 1029 low can hold. Now, Apple's big disappointment yesterday isn't likely to help the cause. And as of this post at 10:40 a.m. Eastern, the SPOOs have given up the morning rally and are currently trading 17 south of steady. That's quite the reversal from where we were earlier. Now, I find it incredibly interesting that Apple, by the way, is no longer going to give unit sales data. Where's the transparency? I mean, let me give you a foolish example, but next time you find yourself maybe having too many beverages and someone asks, just say you're no longer giving unit counts. It just doesn't work like that. Transparency, please. How about jobs data? Are they no longer going to give unit counts? Of course not. So let's get off that horse. The data this morning was a booming 250,000, leaving a very strong macroeconomic data point, even with the 118 downward revision. Now, despite the good numbers, macros still seem to be in a slight contraction. So perhaps that's a gauge on how you allocate your exposure. It's in my opinion that the static strategic allocations in a portfolio seem wonderful in upward environments, but they look very different on your month-end statements than what you were hoping for in prolonged periods of negative moves. Having a plan on how to redress your allocations is something I strongly encourage that you do. Modifications can potentially make the difference in how much pain you experience within the portfolio in those prolonged moves. Now, with market excitement heating up, take some time to figure that out. I think you'll be glad you did. And if you're trading these moves right now, remember that stock and stock options involves a substantial degree of risk. It's not suitable for all investors. If you look at charts, as you know I do, well, remember, past performance, it's not necessarily indicative of future results. I'm Al Eberol for Financial Intelligence Training. Thanks for watching, everyone.